Hello and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. What we are going to do now before facing the boss Koala Kong is actually go to the level Whole Hog, the one of two levels that is actually opened with the keys from the Cortex stages. In this case, the one from Sunset Vista. So this one is a lot harder than dare I say, Hogwild, because there are more pits, there are more drums to jump off of, and there are more spikes as well as rotisserie hogs as well. So yeah, in addition, there are more boxes as well, so that makes it hard to dodge between each of them, because these animal stages are very tough on their own without having to get the boxes. But with them, oh boy, this is harder. Though it is still fun, of course. So yeah. And after that, I will face the boss, Koala Kong, who is, like a lot of bosses in Crash Bandicoot 1, fought in a very unique way. You saw with, of course, with Peru, for example, we had to actually dare I say, attack him by blowing him up using various TNT boxes and everything. So yeah, and yeah, still looks gruesome even without any blood. Oh, trust me, if this game had any blood, then it would not be rated 7. It would be at least rated 12 or even 16 over here. Seriously. So, with that said, with that rather morbid thought out of the way, let's bounce over them, because apparently the natives are moving more quickly? Seems like it! Yeah! Or maybe it's just me who's just not able to keep up with them. No, I do think they're moving a little quickly. So yes, let's actually go over here and then jump over the gap. Yes, and sadly this is also the last hog riding level in the game, which is rather sad really. Yes, unlike with Crash 2 and other games, I'm guessing they wanted more gimmicky levels. And we will get more gimmicky levels, including a couple of unique ones, as I say. Or at least it was in the original game, one of them, as I say. But we've got the gem, so now it is time to face Koala Kong. But not without Crash doing the... Yep, the Badaba. So, with that done, let's actually go to the actual boss of this Wumpa Island, which is, of course, Koala Kong, the aforementioned Koala Kong, who, of course, is done in a very specific way. He's very muscular, and what he likes to do is lob rocks at you. All the while that TNT boxes will fall from, I guess from the sky, or maybe not, maybe from the bottom of the thing, I don't know. And yeah, basically you are supposed to avoid his rocks and jump over them, while also avoiding the TNT boxes that fall. So yeah, then he will bring over a huge rock, which he will obviously throw at you. However, you can actually spin it back at him, so long as the minecarts that go in front of him do not stop the rock in its tracks. Therefore, it would pretty much hit him if it didn't hit the minecarts. So yeah, basically that's how this boss works. All the while, when he's doing that, he flexes his muscles after he throws the big rock. So yeah, apparently he's quite a show-off, is Koala Kong. After two hits, two TNT boxes in a row will fall down, and they will definitely hit him. As I said, he's shaking his booty. It certainly looks like he's shaking his booty. So yeah, and yes, I actually find it easier to just have Crash run on the spot. so I can actually time my jumps a little easier that way. Obviously, when avoiding the big rock, it isn't easy that way, but yeah, that's what I prefer to do with this boss fight. The only other problem with this boss fight is, besides the thing, is of course between you and the minecarts is a bunch of a river of lava, and yeah, Crash can run forwards sadly into that river of lava. Yeah, that also affects a later boss fight, which is also the final boss fight. Needless to say, you can guess who that is against. So yeah, and I want to get out of the way of the explosion. And then, and apparently now in this case, now we get two minecarts in the way, so it's even harder to hit him with the big rock. So yeah, just like with some other boss fights in Crash 1, what can happen is that the more you hit Koala Kong, the more you die against him, you will get some Aku masks. So yeah, and apparently he then gets taken away by one of the minecarts himself, to not be seen until Crash Bash, or at least I think it's Crash Bash, or at least Crash Team Racing Nitro fueled. Yeah, because we don't see Koala Kong again. I think he's in that game. Anyway, on to the first level of Cortex Island, as I call it. I think it was called that in Crash of the Titans, actually. Heavy Machinery. And this level features some rather annoying things, namely these hot pipes, which can burn Crash to a crisp, so we don't want to do that. And also, the cooler pipes are ones Crash can stand on. Kind of weird that the warm pipes do not melt the really cold pipes, but never mind. If you go down here, you can actually find some hidden boxes, if you're going for all the boxes. And yes, there is an embryo bonus stage as well here, a pretty tough embryo bonus stage. So yeah, and let's just say it is not one of my favourites. No, it is not. It's harder than the one in the Lost City. And the Lost City was hard enough with getting the boxes in the Torna bonus stage, never mind the embryo stage. So yeah, other than that, you can actually get the box gem for this stage. There are no gem platforms in this stage, so yeah. Although the next level, the generator room, does feature that, as you will see. So yeah, so jump over the robot, jump over the pipes, and then carefully get that. Get some Wumpa through, and yeah. You can tell that there's a hidden pathway because there are two robots hanging over it. The other pitfalls do not have that. So that is a big clue there. Kind of like with the Wumpa fruit in the temple ruins, really. So yeah, you have to look out for these little hints in not just Crash games, because it also applies, I think, also to other platformers, such as the Kirby series, for example. Yep, and there's the second embryo token. Yeah, that was the easy one to find, I think, compared to the first one. Let's jump over here, and yes, a lot of this level will be spent on these conveyor belts, because they will take you, they will move in the opposite direction as well, I think. Actually, I could be wrong there, but they will take you over various things. So yeah, the camera bots, they can be just spun away. Yeah, seriously. At least they don't make the, what I like to call the Jetsons noises that they made in the original game. Although, having said that, it was kind of unique to the level. So yeah. And yes, I do like the music here as well. And I swear to Superman that section of walkway looks like you can actually jump on it. But you can't, no, it's not physical, it's just background detail, I guess. I also like the fact that they actually made the toxic gunk that is coming out of the pipes look a lot better. Seriously, if there was anything that was kind of iffy in the original version, Again, it was in 1996, so I shouldn't really give that too much. But the toxic waste seemingly came to a drip, whereas here it doesn't actually drip until you reach the bottom and you see the full thing there. But yeah, likewise with the other tokens you get in Crash 1, once you get an embryo or any other token, it stays with you, so at least that's something. So now, I want to jump over you, and that was going to be, I do think that was a rather tough jump to make, to be honest. Then go over here, and let's see. Yeah, there we go. And we're back up to 30 lives. I'll probably lose them very quickly in this stage. So yeah. Let's jump over you and get rid of you. These are going to be annoying, aren't they? Yes, they are, because yeah. Then jump on you, and then, well, I'm not going to make the same mistake as before, so let's take this down here to get to the checkpoint and jump over these flying enemies again. Rather a tough thing to do there, actually, to be fair. And these enemies do return in the sewer stages in Crash 2. Again, you will probably see them in my Crash 2 Let's Play. So yeah, and over here is the second Torna token. Again, these robots are annoying, seriously. And more here. And we have these pipes which don't make a whistling noise in this game. In the original version of Crash Bandicoot 1, they did, but here they just make a sort of whoosh noise. And finally, here's the Torna bonus stage. So, let's see what this one's about then, shall we? Yes, a few more bounce boxes, but not as many as in the Lost City. Oh boy. Although, you do have to test your bouncing ability off of smaller boxes, so yeah. And at the end of each one where there's not a hole, but there's a second box below you, you probably want to press the X button just to bounce off it. Or when you bounce off the last bounce box as well. So yeah. So now, back to the main stage. Because we still have the, dare I say, the embryo stage to do. Oh yes. So jump over, jump over, jump over, and then yeah, you get it. And yeah, although this one's a little harder. Thank goodness I hit the Torna bonus stage there. So now let's go back down, jump over you, and wait until it releases the steam gun. I do not trust myself with that one. Seriously, I don't. Go down here. There's another Aku mask, and I think it'll be better to take the platform down, to be honest. And then we can go to the right and bounce off of these and get a second Aku mask eventually. I do like these bouncy platforms. I really do. Yeah, they're very fun, and especially towards the end of the stage, we'll get a bunch of them. Both this and the other machinery level on Cortex Island, castle machinery. So yeah, which drops the biggest red herring in the game, in my opinion. Seriously, but I'll get to it. But for now, let's go over this way, and here you will get these platforms. And if we want to go to the embryo stage, head to the right and spin the box to get the third token. This level has us bouncing off of boxes between things and having to get the exclamation boxes. So yeah, I don't know if you have to press the X button on every single one of them, but it does help because some of the exclamation boxes are positioned above some of the boxes, or you might want to stand on them. So yeah, So yeah, it's an interesting thing. If there's a gap, you definitely want to press the X button, or if it's higher, such as this exclamation box. Yeah, interesting one. It tests your patience and your timing, which is a good thing for a platformer to do, in my opinion. So therefore, now let us go to the end of the stage, I think. So yes, we have 67 boxes. No, 82 boxes. So there are 4 boxes left. So, yeah. So let's indeed get past you. And you. And then here, this is the really fun part of the level towards the end. We get to bounce on these bounce boxes. Yay! And, if you can't tell, I love this bit. Seriously. This is a lot better than what happened in the native fortress levels. The last 3 boxes are there, so let's indeed bounce higher to get them. I don't really want to use a spin attack to get them. So yeah, I think that's all. Yep, that's all 86. We have got the box gem. So indeed, let's finish this level. And on the next episode, we will do the generator room, which is another coloured gem stage. Oh boy. So I will see you then. Goodbye!